What's up, guys? It's Archer here, and welcome back to my OOTP 19 franchise with the Kansas City Royals, and we are still pretty awful. Um, we're okay with that. Trevor Oaks has been having a decent little season, which is nice to see. Ramon Torres has also been doing pretty nice. 293, 358, 505 for him. My scout still says that he's, a hot pile of garbage, but I don't know. As long as he keeps producing, he has a spot on the team. Rowdy Tellez, he's looked okay. 6 home runs, first month, not too bad. And, with 1 month gone, it's not too much to get excited about, except Richard Lovelady has not given up a run yet in 11 innings. So, I hate that that's the thing I'm excited about. If we look in the minor leagues, some of the guys we signed minor league deals, Austin Adams has been kind of shaky down there. Where is... I don't even see him. Oh, I bet he terminated his contract because I waited too long. Yeah, but Corey Spangenberg was not doing very well, so I wasn't going to call him up. He was hitting like 230 or something. I was, not too excited about it. Tanner Roark has been absolutely awful, so that makes my decision to sign him look a little bad, but it was a bit of a coin flip either way, and even then I didn't know if we were going to get any value out of him, even if he performed. So, one last thing before I go into the next month for you. Where is it? Here we go. Mike Moustakas. He won Batter of the Month, and he hit 371. And, oh, it's all gone a bit wrong. But yeah, let me just give you a quick look at our month of April if you want to just take a look at that for a second. And then I'm just going to sim straight through May because there's not a lot going on in the early stages of the season for us. And I might come back for the draft pool announcement. Maybe. I think I will. But we'll see. And at the very least, I will see you guys in a month. So then, guys, it is June 3rd, and we are 1 day away from the first-year player draft. 18-38 is our record, and yeah, Rowdy Tellez has been kind of good. Salvador Perez has looked quite nice, actually. And I gotta be honest with you, I'm thinking about trading him, like, right now. Before the trade deadline, just because if his numbers regress, he may not be as valuable a commodity. But definitely something to keep an eye on, Salvador Perez. I'm not going to do it before the first-year player draft, but definitely something to look out for. Richard Lovelady still having a really nice season for us, and if nothing else, we have our closer at the back end, so that's something we don't have to take care of in the future. Justin Grimm has been having a really nice season, and so I think I could be able to flip him for something, so I'm going to try and keep him in some low exposure and just keep those numbers as good as they can be, just kind of game things just a touch. But it's, Tanner Roark still bad. Ramon Torres fallen off. Everybody else not looking great. We're not a good team, so this is what we do. And the most exciting thing is what's going to happen tomorrow, which is the first-year player draft. So let's get right into it. The draft order in round 1 is very weird, and I think it's because a lot of compensation free agents were signed in the offseason. So it's only a 20 pick first round, and then if we look at the draft order, then it's a 18 supplemental round. So that's, I think I don't have to explain that that's kind of insane. But we have the 4th pick in the first round, we have the 5th pick in the supplemental round, and then we have the 4th pick from there on out as well. So there's a really good chance for us to add some really nice talent. And I did take a quick look at the draft classes. There were not a ton of people that interest me, but one of them was Reese Hines. That is a really decent shortstop defensively. And then look at this. He has above average contact, double plus, triple plus gap power, plus home run power, plus eye discipline, and he's going to strike out a little bit, but man, if if he can do everything else, that would be pretty amazing. Only thing is that he's 18, and while I'm not opposed to drafting a guy like this so early in the rebuild, I do worry that the pressure is going to start mounting here, and we're going to maybe get on the hot seat. But one other guy that really interested me was Michael Doolin. I'm not too worried about pitchers in terms of that because I think you can kind of wait on him a little bit more. But then the really exciting thing is that he also plays third base, and he's really good at it. So that would be kind of a Shohei Ohtani type of situation if we were able to get him. But that's all speculation right now. Those are just the two guys that really caught my eye straight away when I looked at the draft class. I didn't show you guys the whole process of looking through it just because I only saw two guys. Like, that's not too exciting. So Rhys Hines does go first overall. I kind of expected that. And while it's a little disappointing, yeah, I kind of expected that. So then the Columbus Jaspers have the second pick, being an expansion team. They pick Jason Diaz. Okay, so we're still good for one of our two exciting players. And the Seattle Mariners take Drake Fellows. So I think I've already made up my mind on this, and that I'm going to take Michael Doolin. But I am going to see what my scout says. My scout says Carter Young. Yeah, I mean, I could see it. High on base, shortstop with, good defense. Scouting report says that. An impact big leaguer. Yeah. I mean, I get it, but it's just not the same as a ceiling of an ace. Oh, and also he can play a good third base. So, if we're talking about just his third base ratings, this is like a second-round pick to me, and then this is a first overall pitcher to me. So, yeah, it just comes together, and it's too much. I've got to take him. Michael Doolin, that's my first pick. We're going to draft him. He is going to be extremely hard on the signability, but I wouldn't worry about that too much, especially since we have $51 million in budget room. That's what being frugal will get you. So I'm just going to auto-draft until the next pick. And here we are. So what are we looking at? JP Gates. That's a really nice pitcher. Young, so that velocity might come up. As our scouts say, front of the rotation potential. I like that. You can never have too much pitching. Trey Benton, a little less exciting for me. Yeah, more middle of the rotation guy. I mean, that's kind of like a 2-3 guy to me. Like, I guess the best comparison for that type of starter would be like a Lance Lynn type of starter to me. Definitely not the potential that I see JP Gates having. Is JP Gates signable for us, though? He is. He's actually easy sign. What does OSA think of you? Still pretty high. I mean, I guess I should also take, a batter at some point. Adrian Del Castillo. Oh, that is a really nice center fielder. Oh, I almost regret picking on you. Or clicking on you. That's sad. OSA doesn't think that highly of him. And while he is really good, he's not a starting pitcher. And I cannot stress enough how much you need starting pitching in this game. So I think what I'm going to bet on is that other teams undervalue Jerrion Ely, and we can take JP Gates now because he is correctly valued. And then maybe we can take Ely with our next pick, although Ely's already an extremely hard sign. I don't know what to do. I have to think about this for a second. Because, I mean, ideally we get both, right? But which one would hurt more if we didn't get them? I mean, the thing is, I guess what I should consider is, what if my scout is wrong, right? So if my scout is wrong, we're looking at an prospect in center field with some speed, basically no gap power, kind of just a fourth outfielder. Okay. However, where did... What? I don't know why this just changed. Oh, is it because I'm on... Yeah, I was on OTP scouting still. Or OSA scouting. If we're wrong about JP Gates, though, that's still like a middle of the rotation guy. And, I mean, yeah, I just... Yeah, it's got to be JP Gates. It's the whole if we're wrong thing, and I should have considered that a little bit earlier. But, yeah, we're going to draft JP Gates now. And, hold on. Why are we picking directly again? The 40th pick. What? I'm very confused. But apparently it's our pick again? I don't know, the draft order doesn't say anything about that, but I'm just gonna take Jerry and Ely and then laugh my way to the bank. Like I took... Oh, we had... What? Oh, that's so weird. So that didn't show up in the draft order, but... Man, if I'd have looked at that, I would have been totally fine. Yeah, so we went Doolin, and then we had the 32nd and 40th picks back-to-back for some reason, and so we took Gates and Ely. Oh, man, this is weird. Sorry. Now Trey Benton is still on the board, and I think I'm going to take him. We've already talked about him. Again, you just need pitching. I mean, yeah, Castillo is still there. I think that's maybe fair value for him. Ugh. Maybe not. Second division starter at the plate. Let's go to batting potential. I haven't been there yet. Jaden Brown, you look interesting. Garrett Freschetti? I don't know. You look interesting, though. Anybody else? Standout tools? Henry Gargas. This is a kid I like. I don't think we have to burn this high of a pick on him, but I definitely like those tools. Michael Dixon? No. Not enough to go with that power. And then, yeah, nobody that really interests me with that tool. So, I mean, I guess I think probably just Del Castillo is fine. He's the highest rated player on our scouting board. Could we dive back in for a pitcher? I'm sure we could, but I mean, as cool as Will Etheridge looks, he's not that great. Yeah, I think I'll just go Castillo and then play the rest of it by ear. Okay. Okay. I think now is probably a decent time to take Henry Gargas, so let's go ahead and do that. Auto draft until our next pick. Nobody that I see that's interesting me on the batting side of things. Yeah, just kind of average players, so time to go back to the pitching. I really wish that you had stamina, because I would have drafted you a lot sooner. Let's see. I Alfredo Ruvalcaba? That seems decent. I mean, we're in the 4th round, so I probably shouldn't be doing this quite yet. But I do kind of like you. OSA thinks stuff but no movement. Yeah, I was really hoping they would think movement but no stuff. Just because then I could see it happening. Man, I'm really not excited about anybody else. Is there anybody with like crazy stuff? Not really. Nobody's really wowing me here. What's my scout think? Justin Campbell. Yeah, I've seen this guy. I mean, in fairness, OSA kind of has a reverse projection on him. So they say contact, or excuse me, control. And then we have him for movement and stuff. So, I mean, if everything breaks right, I could see it happening. Cooper Benson. I think I could actually see it happening where this guy's fastball ticks up and he becomes really nice. And he for sure has that movement potential. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that with the lefty and everything. It's a pretty high bonus demand, but I'm not too worried about it. To next pick. And my scout says CJ Rodriguez. Another catcher. An elite catcher on a contending team. Really? Okay. Tell me how you really feel, Scout. Jeez. CJ Rodriguez, huh? Am I willing to take the dive? Yeah, I mean, I know that I'm just kind of going with what my scout says, but like I said, there's nobody that I'm super interested in at this stage of the draft. Like, that's just being honest. Weston Bizzle? I don't know. Where do you find these guys, Scout? Like, this guy isn't great, but yeah, that would be fine. I might rather Ryland Kaufman, though. Although that's a guy we can get in the later rounds. All right, so we'll go Carson Jones here. And then we hope that, yeah, Kaufman is here. So we'll take Kaufman. And then we go to the next pick. Now we're in the 8th round. Thomas Keene? I mean, you're very average, but defensively you could be kind of nice. So, maybe. I'm not seeing anybody with, like, no holes in their game is the thing. This Joe Brayer guy is interesting. I kind of don't want to draft, like, another 18-year-old. I'd like some, like, low-level guys that can kind of move quickly and just be organizational depth. It just doesn't look like I can get that. I mean, I can just scout college players, right, and see who's the best one, but that does not bring me anybody that I like. Jeez. Yeah, I guess it's going to be a high schooler. I think it's going to be Thomas Keene for me. I know that he's not great at anything. In fact, does he have a plus tool? Plus avoid Ks. Probably plus defense at maturity, so I mean, it's something. There's a reliever here that's kind of interesting. Although, if I'm honest, I'm more interested in this reliever. I don't usually do this, but I think I'm just going to take Will Mathiasen? Why do we even try? Just Will. 10th round. Nick Sibler. Man, I don't know. I had somebody in the comments tell me that you should draft to like round 15. But I don't know if it matters too much with some of these guys down here. Let's take Chris McAmer. Just see what happens with him. And I think this is probably where I'm going to leave off. I just don't really... I mean, I trust my scout, to be honest, to do just as good a job as me throughout the rest of the draft. Because there's just nobody with tools right now. Like, I don't know, should I draft a fly ball pitcher with no movement and a good curveball? Like, maybe. Like, I can do it. But what kind of an impact is that going to have on my franchise in 2 years? I don't think any. Although I could be surprised. Man, Scout, you are killing it this draft. I don't know if I would have found that guy. Alright, it's up to you. Rest of the draft is all yours. I don't know how I feel about that draft. I think early on we did really well. I kind of feel like that was not a deep draft. I may have just been missing people, though, and that's what I'm worried about. Because you have to get value all the way through a draft if it's going to be a good one, and I'm not sure that I did that. Although I'm pretty confident about these. JP Gates came from college? So he must have been in, he must have been in a community college, which would have allowed him to go out for the draft 1 year after high school, being 19. I thought he was a high school pitcher. His demands are really under slot, too. That's awesome. Okay, so let's negotiate some of these. Michael Doolin doesn't even want the full slot. That's excellent, because we have people that will want more than that. JP Gates, very cheap. Excellent. You said you were a hard sign, but you definitely weren't. Trey Benton. Almost didn't enter a bonus. Meet demand, submit offer. Sometimes it feels really nice to do this. Just click meet demand, submit offer, because you drafted guys that aren't impossible, but you still feel decent about the talent. I think Gargis is probably the last, like, impact player that we got. Like, I could see a Rodriguez or maybe like a Cooper Benson or maybe a Myrick signing with us and doing well, but I don't know. I really do think that Gargis. So, I mean, you know, a 6-player draft, if we drafted 6 really nice prospects, I think that's a win for me. Cooper Benson might be decent too. Let's see what Rodriguez wants. Significantly above 3.2. Well, I can do 4.2. How's that? Thomas Keane, I'm not going to go too high on you. Yeah, that's not happening. No, thank you. Myrick, it's a lot of money for somebody that we're not sure on. But also we have money to throw around, so I guess we are going to try and give him a large signing bonus. I don't feel great about that, but I don't feel bad about it either. Bob Ranglin? I mean, that's not super exciting, but yeah, 2.6 mil for that is too much. How much do I have in my draft budget? Yeah, I think I'm going to leave it there. I don't know. Let me guys. I mean, I don't know how many of these guys are actually going to sign. I assume all of them, except maybe the impossible signs. But we'll see how many of them that I sign. I'm going to sim ahead until the All-Star teams are announced. Is the All-Star game like a month early this year? Yeah, it is. That's weird. Okay. Well, I'm going to go until the All-Star teams are announced, and then I will show you if we've signed any of those guys, and hopefully we got a good draft class, you guys. I just don't know. I feel like we have some impact talent at the top, but I don't know if it's deep enough, so we'll see. So Gargus is in. We're going to add him to the short list. I imagine he's probably just going to need to stay down in, yeah, the lower leagues. I'll handle him for now. I imagine that's the type of player that I probably won't be handling in a year's time just because his skills fall off. Michael Doolin is in. That's awesome. They have immediately put him in the Pioneer League, which I'm not so sure about that. I think I'm going to keep him in the Arizona League because that's a little bit easier, although it's not really that much easier. Maybe we should put him in the Dominican Summer League. He is 18 and he's trying to play both ways. I think I'm going to do that. I'm just trying to ease my players into the the minors. Cooper Benson is in. Okay. That's a guy that's going to need to stay in the Arizona Rookie League. I'm not going to move you down to the DSL, am I? I am. Why not? CJ Rodriguez, unfortunately, was not satisfied with our offer. He's going to leave, which I don't know how big of a loss that is, honestly, because this scouting report says profiles as a potential elite catcher on a contending team, but your current report doesn't seem that glowing. I don't know. Maybe that was really bad. Maybe it wasn't. Trevor Oaks shut somebody out, which is good because his ERA is awful and he needed it. Man, I don't know. Yeah, let me know what you think, guys, about CJ Rodriguez. That's something that I have noticed is sometimes what they say on the scouting reports doesn't quite match up. So I don't know. Did I just lose a really huge prospect or a nobody? Let me know what you think. So JP Gates is in, which I am very excited about. We will disable his AI demotion and promotion. And I imagine, as with all of our other prospects, be sending him to the Dominican Summer League. Yay! I may be being overly cautious, but who cares? Adrian Del Castillo is in. So he goes on the short list, and you might actually be fit for this league. What about the Pioneer? I'm going to stick him down in the Arizona Rookie League. Maybe just have that power shine through a little bit more and carry him. Let's see, Jerry and Ely is in. Every time I go through and I assign one of these players to a level, I feel a little bit better about our class. You're going to struggle, though. At least your first year, unless you surprise me, which I don't think you will. But it's all about the future. They're very young. Trey Benton as well. Okay. Awesome. Disable his AI demotion and promotion. I don't know if that actually clicked on it. It did. And we have another Dominican Rookie Leaguer. I don't think I've done that in the past, but I'm trying it out. Tyler Myrick, it looks like we did not get, which is fine. I wasn't too upset about it. But now if we look at our short list, let's see how many, let's just say like 3.5 star players we have. So we have one. Oh, right. No, we don't. That still makes me so sad. I'm just going to keep them on the short list, just as a constant reminder. Let's see. So we have one in Trey Benton. We have Michael Doolin, Jerrion Ely, JP Gates, and then we have Adrian Del Castillo. And that is it. So everyone is from our current draft class. I don't think that that's good. I really don't think that that's good at all. We'll see. We'll see how it pans out. Let's see. Where am I going next? Okay, international free agent signings. I will show you guys how the All-Star game went, and who from our team made it. Spoiler alert, it's going to be Richard Lovelady. I don't know that for sure. I'm just guessing. But I'll let you guys know that, and then we'll jump straight into international free agent signings. Hopefully we can get, some kind of 5-star wonder kid that'll be up at 20 like Ronald Acuna or Yohan Moncada. So I will see what I can do about that. But for now, let's go until the All-Star teams are announced. All right, guys, the All-Star game rosters have been announced, and in a bit of an upset, Salvador Perez has made the roster instead of Richard Lovelady. And that's all we got. So, yeah, I'm just going to scroll through these real quick. If you want to take a look at them, you can pause the video. Who is this man? That is who you had to put in because no one else from their team was good enough. Gotcha. All right, so that's the All-Star game rosters. Richard Arena was from Jacksonville, if you were wondering. I bet you weren't. So that's the All-Star game rosters. Let us play until the game. By the way, we had a really nice series here against the Chicago White Sox, who just fired both their general manager and their manager. So I was pretty pleased about that, and let's see how the All-Star game shook out. So the National League defeated the American League 7-6. Yasiel Puig was the All-Star game MVP. And that's cool, I guess. I don't know. Having only one player in it, I'm not really all that invested, shall we say. Salvador Perez, by the way, has kept up his good form. He's on pace for 32 home runs and 37 doubles for the season. And he's putting up an 875 OPS. Good for around 1.9 WAR at the moment. I think we can probably get a nice trade out of him. I don't know that for a fact. I looked at a couple of things, and I don't really know, but hopefully we can get something out of him. Same with Justin Grimm. I'm going to try and trade these guys, like, early July, like right around maybe this Houston series or even further back. I will be looking for trades all the way up until then. So I will let you know what I find. I probably will not start making hard decisions until at least after International Free Agent Signing Day. So bear with me until then, and I'm going to go to International Free Agent Signing. So then the International Free Agent Signing period has commenced, and we're going to go over to the International Amateurs, and let's see who we've got. So right off the bat, Jorge Yamamoto looks real nice. 16-year-old from the Dominican and with a second nationality of Japanese. Defensively, I don't even know if you can say that's a work in progress. I would just mostly say bad. If he hits like that, though, one, we have a DH, and two, first base is not the worst place to put a player with a bat like that. So I'm automatically pretty happy about that. 3.4 million demand. Jorge Hidalgo. Let's see. Yeah, that's really nice. Again, no defense. That's frustrating. What about Luis Jare? There's no way that's how that name is said. Oh my gosh, that was so bad. Yeah, this is not a player I'm too excited, because the bat is good, but it's not great, and then the defense is kind of average. Sergio Rojas. Again, not great defense. Not that that's necessarily what I'm looking for, it's just, it would be nice. Luis Villarreal. That's not somebody I'm excited about. Yeah, just going through it really quick, I think the guy is gonna be Yamamoto and or Hidalgo. It would be really tough to fit them under the same cap, but let's go for Yamamoto first, because he's our priority. And depending on how low we can get him, maybe we could work something out with Hidalgo? I'm not sure. Wow, you are not budging at all. What about 2 mil? Oh, okay. Maybe. So I'm just kind of estimating my head. That's probably going to mean like a 2.6 or a 2.5 total signing bonus. See what we can get out of Hidalgo. Start him off at maybe like 900K. Okay. And then step it up to like 1.3. Ugh. Okay, what about 1.5? Okay, so this might be possible. If we can get both of them, that would be a coup for us in this international free agent signing period. I don't want to really jeopardize getting anybody else. Yeah, I think I'm just going to stick with that. So let's play on a little further and we'll see if we get any of the guys that we want. Okay, so we have negotiations with both of them. Which New York? Oh, okay, it's the Mets. I was going to say, if the Yankees are in on this guy, I don't think we're getting him. But the Mets, maybe we can handle. Okay. 2.4. Oh, no, it was from the Yankees. I just saw that. It took us to the wrong New York team. Oh, I don't know. When's the last time the Yankees went after somebody and didn't get him, you know? Can we make that a little smaller? What about, like... I mean, that's small potatoes, but... Look, every little bit counts, alright? Don't let everybody tell you that that 10K doesn't matter. Because it probably doesn't, but it might. Today's also the draft pick signing deadline. We got everybody that we wanted from that class, so I'm not too concerned about it. I am going to give you a quick prospect update after we finish negotiating with these two kids, but let's finish this first. Okay, more contract negotiations with Yamamoto and Hidalgo. 2.7, that is getting up there. Moving it down so slightly. Okay, and Hidalgo. Oh, we do not have a lot of breathing room. If we get this down to like 1.62, that would even be helpful. No, he won't do that. 1.64. I guess it's 1.68. Okay, let's keep negotiating. Alright, another negotiation with Yamamoto. He wants straight up 3 now. And we're going to see if we can bring that down just so slightly. I'm hoping that like over the course of these negotiations, I'm saving myself like 100K in leeway, and that might just be the tipping point. Like, I don't think it will be, but who knows? That's the hope. And now we've got Yamamoto back again. 3.4 now. That really hurts, because I don't think we're going to be able to get him with an offer under our cap and get both the guys we want. Can we? No. Ah, that is really annoying. Oh, wait, hold on. Wait just a minute. Did I... Oh, I missed it. Hidalgo signed with us. That's why. Well, you're not really the one I wanted. But I guess that works. You could kind of play first base. I don't know if I would want you to, but we'll see. All right, well, it looks like we got Hidalgo. And then you look good enough to promote. And we'll just see how you do. So I guess now we have to look at what plan B is, which I guess is probably this lad right here, Arturo Meneses. Yeah, let's see what your asking price is these days. Okay, 2 mil, we can do that. There was one other guy I wanted to look at. I think it was this guy. Oh no, your defense is even worse. Okay. So let's see what we can do with this man here. And what I've decided is that Salvador Perez could not possibly screw up his numbers so bad that he would be untradeable or like significantly lower his value by the trade deadline. And I think that's the point when everybody's going to be most desperate and we can get the most out of him. However, Justin Grimm might, because he's a reliever. And if there's one thing that Ootp has taught me, it's that you cannot trust relievers. So I've been looking for a trade for him. I think there may be a couple of options brewing. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go through negotiations with this kid, and I'm also going to take you through my process for Justin Grimm. And then the next episode, we'll start out with the rest of the trade deadline, and then we'll move a little bit forward. Right, so Meneses wants more money, and we don't mind. That's fine. And we keep rolling. Meneses is back. We're kind of pushing up against our budget, but we're not there yet, so I'm fine. And pretty soon we might be seeing a trade for Justin Grimm, so I'm pretty excited about that. Alright guys, so I've been working for a long time on what I think is the best trade I can get for Justin Grimm. And there's some trades where I can get back like 2 3-star players with really no upside, and I just really wasn't excited by those. One of them was for the Athletics, and also they didn't make a ton of sense to send Justin Grimm to. I believe the other one was with the Nationals, and basically they were offering me guys that had like, 50 contact, and then 45, 45, 45, and then like 50 eye. And that's fine, but it's not that great. And then I got the Red Sox to get really close to accepting a trade for this man, who I actually think could be kind of nice. Maybe not like a 2, but a 3, or, at least a 4 is what I'm thinking. He's already at AA too. He's 23. He throws sidearm. There are a lot of things to like about Tanner. And I'd only have to give up Justin Grimm and Jeffrey Holtz, who admittedly is a decent catching prospect, but I'm not too upset about losing him. And then Brian Flynn. Now, they aren't like right there, but I am going to submit this and just see what happens, and I just want to kind of walk you through my process on it. If we take a look at the Red Sox as well, I mean, every team can kind of use bullpen help, right? But especially when you're tooth and nail fighting for the division with the New York Yankees. And if you look at their bullpen, yeah, it could use at least an arm or two. Would I like to have like a Brian Mata or maybe like a Michael Chavis? Yeah, kind of, but even then I still think, man, I really want to say your name, but I feel like I'm going to butcher it. Hoke? Yeah, Tanner Hoke. We're going to roll with it. Tanner Hoke, I really think could be like kind of an impact guy. So I'm going to go ahead and submit this, and we'll see what they say. And I'll be back with that. So guys, one quick thing. I saw it the second that I saw New York after him. Jorge Yamamoto is going to the Yankees, and like I said, when's the last time you saw the Yankees go after somebody and not get him? So we have that, but then we also have Arturo Meneses. His contract has been signed, so he is with us. I'm going to go ahead and shortlist him, if my mouse will work properly. And let's see, can you go to the Rookie League yet? Yeah, why not? So send him to the Summer League, and we will see what we have in him in probably a couple of years, but it's nice to have a prospect with a bat like this, just kind of kicking around. And then the big thing, Boston doesn't want to do that trade. However, I think we're very close. So let's discuss the trade again. And I think that we're closer than they've let on. Has Grimm given up like a lot of runs in the interim? No, if anything, he's gotten better. Okay, great. So what about just like, I don't know, like a Stephen Kwan? You'll need to think about that. What about this man and then no Kwan? No, not quite. Very close for you. What about Holden Caps and no Caraballo? You're busting me, man. 5 for 1 seems really over the edge for me. I'm just going to assume that they value the left fielder more, and we're going to submit again, and we'll just see what happens. So we're back, and it has been accepted, and Tanner Hoke is coming our way. He goes on the short list straight up, and we're going to see if he's ready for AAA? Not quite, maybe. We'll start him in AA, and then we'll see where, or High A, sorry, because we don't have a AA team. Because we are crazy like that. Why do I not get the option to disable your AI demotion and promotion? That seems weird. Huh. That's odd. Maybe if I place him on the secondary? I have no idea. That may just be a bug. But, right, I'm an idiot. I haven't completed the trade yet. Oh, man. Yeah, I knew that would happen at some point in this series. Okay. Put him on the short list. I just took him off the short list. And now we disable his AI demotion and promotion. And then we send him to AA. I knew we had a AA team. I was so confused. In the Texas League. Yeah, he looks fine. Okay. I don't know what today. It's just one of those days. All right. So let's do a really quick prospect report. This episode's probably going a little bit long, so I am going to do the trade deadline proper next episode, hopefully with big ticket item Salvador Perez going somewhere else. But here's that 19-year-old we signed in the offseason. He has not been doing great, if I'm honest, and his potential ratings has slipped as well, so I'm not too excited about him anymore. Noah Cardenas has just started up the 2019 season in the Pioneer League and actually is hitting quite well, so I am pleased out of my mind with that. Unfortunately, his overall ratings do not look too great, so I don't know. We'll see about him. Nick Pratto is on fire right now and is having almost as monster of a season as he was having last season, and by the looks of it, he's also pitching, which I don't think is actually something that I want him to do. Ah, who cares? Why not? So let's go ahead and kick him up a level to single A Lexington. And then Cooper Benson just started his season, but he looks okay. Trey Benton looks nice. Benson and Benton, that's nice. Jose Betances has forearm inflammation, and he does not look very good at all at this point in his career. Pitched 16 nice innings before he went down with it, though. So we'll see. I might keep him on here for just a little longer. Ely is struggling, which is not a surprise. JP Gates is on fire, though, and doing real well. And that was kind of the incentive to put these guys in the Dominican Summer League, is just JP Gates goes hot out the gate. And I just realized what I said. JP Gates does well early, and maybe that builds his confidence, gets the ratings up a little quicker. Jorge Hidalgo is struggling. Arturo Meneses is not taking it at bat. Wender Alberto is not looking good at all. That Houston trade is not looking amazing. Robinson Ortiz. Jairo Solis. Actually looking quite nice, so he may be our one saving grace in that Houston trade. And then Miguel Vargas, having a decent season in the Dominican Summer League, but really no potential to speak of for him anymore. Franco Ailman actually having a really nice season, not striking a lot of people out in the Arizona League, but looking okay. Adrian Del Castillo looking pretty decent. Michael Doolin really struggling right now in the Arizona League. I think that's going to necessitate a move down. Tyler Fisher, not looking good. Caleb Hill, looking pretty bad. Caden Monk, again, not great. Henry Gargas looks good. And then our two international guys who are not quite ready to move up, and who also don't look nearly as good as they did a year ago. So that's kind of where our prospect situation is right now. We miss you, Anthony. We miss you so bad. I'm sorry, that got a little weird. But that's where we are with prospects, and it is July 24th. We are at 35 and 65. And I think that's where I'm going to stop the episode. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And if you have enjoyed the video, please consider subscribing and liking my videos. It helps other people find them. And the more people watch my videos, really the more that I can justify making of them, because this does take up a good deal of my time, and I am trying to do college as well. So I really want to keep this series going, and you guys are making that possible. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.